I'm Gary Panetta.
I'm Danielle Hatch.
And this is River City Roundup. And what's going on this week, Danielle?
Well, there's a really cool event called the Music as a Weapon Tour at the Civic Center on Wednesday. It's a big, huge tattoo festival with artists and vendors and all kinds of things.
And you mentioned tattoos, which explains why we're here near Northwoods Mall in front of Freedom Ink Tattoo Company. Hey, Adam. Hey, Tim.
Hello.
So what are you working on here?
Actually, we're doing a little wedding ring finger tattoo.
We should say that you're Adam White, the co-owner of Running Central. And what made you want a ring on your finger?
There are a lot of occasions where I won't have my ring on physically, and that's her nickname. I call her Kitty. And so just an opportunity. Married here for life, and want to be reminded and let everyone else know that even when I'm not physically wearing my ring, that there's my wedding ring.
You're a marked man.
I'm a marked man.
You can't get away from this now. You're a marked man.
You got it.
Who has tattoos? Who gets them? Is there any pattern, any age pattern, or just different kinds of people?
Right now, it's actually becoming across the board. I mean, I tattoo elderly people. I tattoo business owners like Adam, lawyers and doctors. It's changed dramatically since a lot of the TV shows on TLC and things like that used to be just a lot of your outlaws and your
biker type.
Yes, yeah.
Not there's anything wrong with bikers.
No. Actually, they play a huge role in tattooing, but there's not really any schooling for it. There is one in the nation, but it's more of a seminar. A formal apprenticeship over about 3 years is the correct way to do it.
What kind of safety precautions do you take?
Pretty much everything down to anything that a hospital would do, because now that our regulations are coming into effect this year, down to just, single service use needles to tubes, wrapping your area you're working on, completely disinfecting with sterile wipes and sprays. It's very nice.
I love it.
Just little script on the finger.
Is there a point where you would decide to stop? I mean, you have a little bit of the spaces left to put more art. When will you stop getting them?
When I run out, I still have some more real estate on my legs. The idea is that nothing else will feel inside of here. The whole suit pattern follows the traditional Japanese Yakuza bodysuits. It's a really unique pain. It's a needle at high RPMs going in your skin real fast. It's really not like anything else.
And you're one of the few local artists that are actually going to be at the Music as a Weapon Tour on Wednesday. What are you going to be doing there? Are you working on tattoos there?
Yes, 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock we'll be tattooing.
We'll get Gary his Journal Star tattoo, so
yeah. I don't know
Gary will be there.
I'm a bit of a chicken, but maybe, I don't know.
Well, Tim, I hate to ask this question being that you're a tattoo artist, but what about removal?
Removal?
Is it expensive? Painful?
It is painful from what I know, but they have it's come a long way. The lasers have evolved just leaps and bounds over the last even 5 years. They've honed them down to where they can remove way more efficiently in less time, less pain.
And you can attest to this firsthand. You've had a removal, Adam?
Yes.
Did this hurt when you did it?
I actually chose not to do a laser removal. I did receive a consultation at Soderstrom, and as Tim had said, it was going to be 10 to 12 sessions. I said, well, there's got to be a faster way and maybe a more effective way. So I consulted a plastic surgeon here in town, and I said, hey, can you cut this out?
Where is this?
What are we talking about here?
There was a name that big and that tall right through the middle of...
A name, so
be careful. There's not a name now. There's not a name there now, though.
No, there's not. And so I said to my ex-wife, so I said, hey, Doc, can you cut this out? Can you excise this? And he looked at the skin and said, no problem. And I said, how much? And it was going to be the cost of 2 sessions, laser sessions, and it was going to allow me to have Tim start working on me in 6 weeks, as opposed to a year and a half almost.
Wow.
Okay, so Danielle, what movies are opening this week?
Well, the big one is X-Men. X-Men Origins Wolverine is opening. That's a huge deal. It has Hugh Jackman as basically a military experiment gone wrong.
And he's got these big, like, steel claws, right?
Right.
That's what I've noticed, the
Yeah.
steel claws in the previews. Yeah.
I read an article about Hugh Jackman, which said that he had to eat every 3 hours around the clock to prepare for this film, to bulk up. So it'll be quite different from his Oscar
And he looks
performance.
really muscular in it, apparently, so that
Yeah.
should do it. And so what else is opening?
We have a comedian coming to Jukebox Comedy Club. His name's Dwight Slade. He was here in December with the Bob and Tom tour, and he got about 15-20 minutes on stage for that. So he'll be here for full shows all weekend, and I think this man is hilarious. So you should check
Okay.
him out. $15, so pretty cheap show.
Man, this guy gets on my nerves. The guy who inserts punctuation into his sentences as he's talking. You ever run into that guy? I don't like driving at night. Period.
And then we also have Bonnie Raitt. She's coming to the Civic Center on Monday night, performing in the theater. So 40 years plus in the business, so
And really nice, rocking, hard blues kind of music.
yeah. So you can check her
That'd
out
be fun.
Monday. Anything
And
else?
yeah, we have Mark O'Connor, who's the fiddle player, who's going to be performing with the Peoria Symphony Orchestra, and he's going to be doing they're going to perform an original symphony by him, and then the second half is going to feature him performing with the symphony, doing kind of this bluegrass, classical jazz groove kind of thing. He's really good, and that should bring sort of a different audience into the symphony orchestra, I think. Maybe I'll just say, oh, I don't know, Danielle, I don't want to go in there. You know, they might get me with needles or something.